Hi friends, I just want to share part of a reading that I did today. I love doing readings because I learned so much about the afterlife and about spirits from the readings that I do. I'm Catholic, and so I obviously value my faith, but there's so much more than what we're told. And this reading was so unusual to me because she had a question. If her mother were to come through, she had a question for her. Now, how would I know what that question is? Her mother said to me, when you look at your daughter, do you ever notice something familiar in her eyes? And that touched her. She said yes. The mother divulged that when she looks at her daughter, oftentimes she sees and feels her mother looking back at her. That was the question that she had for her mom. The exact question. Are you still you, but also a part of my daughter? And those were the exact same words I said to her. I'm still me, but I'm also part of her. When my father was here, he was very much into Native Americans. He used to say things all the time. You know, it's going to rain in 3 days. How do you know? I could tell by looking at the moon, the way the rings around the moon. And he'd say all these sayings that Native Americans used to say. For a white man, I always thought that was so funny, so unusual. But my guide, when he finally appeared to me through a deep, deep meditation, he divulged that he was my father in that lifetime, but he was the same father to me in this lifetime. They shared a soul. And it was very similar to what this woman's mother had told me. A little different, but very similar. She told me 2 souls. And that is also the vision that I always have when I think about my dad. He had his soul in this lifetime, but he shared his soul from the other lifetime. He had memories about being a Native American that he would share with me. Not necessarily talking about past lives, but just these little nuances. So I just find it so interesting, almost from a scientific, spiritual outlook on our soul. And how each person has a soul, but how many lifetimes have we had with that soul? And does the soul have a memory? And can we piece it out? I had another reading I did where the dad was talking to his daughter, who was an atheist, who didn't believe in afterlife or God. So I asked him, how am I going to talk to her? And he said very scientifically. And he said, tell her I'm like a fart. What? Tell her I'm like a fart. That we all have it, it lives inside us, but we don't necessarily know it's there until it comes out. And he said, and when it comes out, it could be in one area and you can realize it's over here, but also be the same part over here. He said, it's matter, it's pieces of matter going in different directions. And he said, that's why I could be with her right now in this moment, but my soul is also fishing in Montana. My soul is also visiting her brother. It can be in multiple places at multiple times. Time is different here. These are all things that I learned by doing readings, by speaking to spirit, your family, your loved ones. What is the most unusual experience that you believe you've had with spirit? Or can you relate to any of the things that I'm talking about? I know they're kind of way out there, things that I'd never even really given thought to until I did this work. But just to let you know, spirit lives on. We all have one, and we never really die. Blessings.